Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. A young prosecutor, a murder trial, and a wife being blackmailed. This week we're going back to 1936 for an American crime drama film called The Unguarded Hour, starring Loretta Young and Francho Tone, and this is directed by Sam Wood. Our story begins this week with barrister Sir Alan Dearden, played by Francho Tone, a prominent young prosecutor tipped to be Britain's next and youngest ever Attorney General. Sir Alan and Lady Helen Dearden, played by Loretta Young, are entertaining at their Mayfair house prior to their departure for a holiday in Biarritz. Wife Helen is approached by a man named Lewis, claiming to have love letters written by her husband to his own estranged wife named Diana Rogers. Lady Helen worries that scandal would ruin her husband's career and reluctantly agrees to pay the blackmail demand of £2,000. At 2 p.m. the following day, she drives to Dover and draws the money out of the Dover Highland Bank and meets with the blackmailer. Her instructions are to take the bag of money to the Dover Cliffs, proceed to take the path to Sunset View, and under a large tree there will be a letter with further instructions. The letter reads to throw the bag of money over the cliff, proceed back to the foot of the path, and the love letters will be under a pile of leaves at the base of a large tree. While Helen is recovering the love letters, she sees a middle-aged man warning his wife not to go too near the edge. Next, Lady Helen is enjoying her holiday with her husband, Sir Alan, when he is urgently called back to London to take over a murder case at the Old Bailey. A man named Metford stands accused of pushing his wife over a cliff. Go figure. A shocked Helen realizes that she is the key witness in the case, but elects to remain silent. During cross-examination, Dearden hounds Metford over his claims that there was a female witness who saw him warning his wife not to go near the edge. Pointing out that a nationwide hunt has not produced this supposed witness, Dearden also tells the judge that Metford had recently taken out a life insurance policy on his wife. What's up with that? So, does Lady Helen remain silent, unsure if it was a murder? During the trial, is Dearden approached by his former flame, or does Scotland Yard discover a second body, which in turn changes the direction of our story? Released April 10th, 1936, our story is based on the 1935 play of the same name by British playwright and screenwriter Bernard Merivale, which was inspired by the play by Ladislas Fedor. Well directed by the famous Sam Wood, who gave us such classics as Goodbye Mr. Chips in 1939, The Pride of the Yankees in 1942, and The Stratton Story in 1949, just to name a few, and I named these few because I did them all on my channel. Please click the links. 88% of Google users like this film, stating, elegant and entertaining, interesting courtroom mystery, very good movie, and a well-crafted thriller with a couple of neat twists, and a lot of twists right to the very end. And our trivia question this week: did this movie mark the return of someone who starred in our film? Did this movie mark the return of someone who starred in our film? So a little more history and the answer to our trivia question coming up next. Since the story of our film is based on a murder trial, this week for history, I'm going to talk about a former courtroom in Victoria Hall. What is Victoria Hall? Well, Victoria Hall is a 19th century building that serves as the town hall and multifunctional space in downtown Cobourg, Ontario, Canada. It was built during a time when Cobourg was prospering financially and was believed to be named the capital of Upper Canada. Victoria Hall is a neoclassical style building faced with imported sandstone and topped with a prominent clock tower. In the 1850s, a design competition was held to determine who would construct the town hall, and architect Kivas Tully won. Representing one of the finer public buildings of mid-19th century Canada, it is one of the most impressive town halls in Ontario, reflecting economic optimism of the 1850s. The building's front entrance features a portico with Corinthian columns, a Greco-Roman roofed porch, and a speaker's balcony. The building is in E shape and is completely symmetrical. It was constructed by the local firm of William and David Burnett at a cost of $110,000. The cornerstone was laid by Sir Allan MacNab on December 30th, 1856, and the building opened by the Prince of Wales on September 7th, 1860. The courtroom in Victoria Hall was modeled after the Old Bailey courtroom in London, England, which is in our film. This was used as an active courtroom until 2008 and was one of the very few remaining deep well courtrooms in Canada that were still in use. The mural on the back wall was original to the building and has been preserved. The painting of the Royal Coat of Arms was painted by Moser, a German artist. Many television shows and movies have used the interior and exterior of Victoria Hall for filming. Murdoch Mysteries from 2008 have used the town hall on various occasions, and Victoria Hall was also used for filming the movie Butterbox Babies in 1995. The courtroom today in Victoria Hall conducts civil marriage ceremonies, which I will be doing further stories on. I did a ghost story from the town hall called The Green Lady on my channel for the film Hold That Ghost, an Abbott and Costello movie from 1941, and I will be doing other stories about its restoration, its grand concert hall, and a story about a prominent lawyer. Stay tuned. And the answer to our trivia question this week: did this movie mark the return of someone who starred in our film? Yes. This marked the first appearance back of actress Loretta Young, who played Lady Helen in our film. It was her first appearance since the release of the adventure drama Call of the Wild in April of 1935. Young and Clark Gable were the romantic leads in this film. Young was then 22 years old and Gable was 34 and married to Maria Langham. Young and Gable had had a liaison, which resulted in a secret pregnancy and birth. Not wanting to damage her career or that of Gable, Young went on a vacation to England. Returning, Young gave birth to a daughter, Judith, on November 6, 1935, in Venice, California, masking it later as an adoption. That would have been a big scandal back then. I'd like to give a big thank you to my viewers and subscribers this week. Thanks for helping out my channel. And for everyone viewing, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you soon.